Okay, so let's start talking about the prototyping phase and the main challenges LangChain has identified in this phase with the LLM app development teams. So first, let's talk about the prototyping phase. It involves quick experimentation between prompts, model types, retrieval strategy, and other parameters. The ability to rapidly understand how the model is performing and debugging where it is failing is incredibly important for this phase. Okay, so we have four main challenges in the prototyping phase. First, when things go wrong, how to identify what is failing. Second, how do we iterate an experiment in a fast and easy way? Third, how to compare the performance of alternative prompts, retrieval strategies, and model choices? And fourth, how do we test the performance of the prototype? We are going to see how we solve these challenges with LangSmith in the next lesson. Next, let's talk about the challenges we face in the beta testing phase. Let's talk about the beta testing phase. So the beta testing phase allows developers to collect more data on how their LLM applications are performing in real-world scenarios. In this phase, it is important to develop an understanding for the types of inputs the app is performing well or poorly on, and how exactly it's breaking down in those cases. Both feedback collection and run annotation are critical for this workflow. This will help in curation of test cases that can help track regressions, improvements, and development of automatic evaluation. This is how LangChain is describing us the beta testing. Okay, so we know what beta testing is about, and what they have identified is that the top challenge that development teams are finding in this stage is to be able to answer this question: how to process and analyze the feedback of the initial users. And remember, this beta testing phase is in many cases just many LLM app development teams, they simply don't go through the beta testing phase. They just go with their gut feeling. And LangSmith is a great tool to use a much more scientific approach in the development process. And this is how classic app development is doing. So LangChain, as we will see next, is providing us a very good way of doing beta testing. Finally, let's talk about the production phase. So in the production phase, closely inspecting key data points, growing benchmarking datasets, annotating traces, and drilling down into important data in trace view are workflows you will also want to do once your application hits production. This is from the LangChain article. However, especially at the production stage, it is crucial to get a high-level overview of application performance with respect to latency, cost, and feedback scores. This ensures that it is delivering desirable results at scale. So, production is very important, and it's not just about monitoring, it's also about keep processing and analyzing user feedback, right? So This is where LangChain is telling us that there is the first big challenge for LLM app development teams: how to keep processing and analyzing user feedback in this production phase. Second challenge: how to measure the performance of the application. And third, how to keep improving the application. So in the next lessons, we are going to see how LangSmith is going to help us solve all these challenges in the prototyping, beta testing, and production phases in order to develop a professional LLM application. And once we finish with that explanation, we will see LangChain doing it at work with real applications. First with a very basic application, then with a professional application.